This is what my wife calls my midlife crisis car. But I've had many of those, but this baby is my Jaguar XK8, and she is a beauty. I purchased this car because I've always loved Jaguars. I've always had Jaguar XJs, Jaguar Sovereigns, I've had Daimlers with the fold-up picnic tables, but I've always wanted one of these Jaguar XK8s. This one is the 4-litre V8 engine, and it's an absolute beauty. Unfortunately, I didn't pay a lot of money for this car because it does need some considerable work. And when you look round it, it actually looks quite tidy, but chrome has gone on the inside of that lens there. We've got to sort that. Wheel is damaged here. I'm either going to get these wheels refurbished or I'm going to get replacement wheels. Bubbling on this wheel arch down to the sill edge, and also it's quite rough here, but it's solid. So we've got to sort that. The filler flap, it's what's technically known as knackered. And as you can see in the parcel shelf, they call it a speaker cover. There's no actual speaker in there, but the cover's missing. So we're going to have to do something with that. They are virtually impossible to get one. I have found one on eBay. We will be ordering that. This door works perfectly, but somebody has, well, what is that? Looks like bird shit. But they've mastic this on. That needs to be on there properly, because at the minute it does nothing, but it doesn't seal from the outside elements. So we've got to do that. Looking on the inside, the steering wheel's grubby, so I might change the wheel, or I might see if I can do that. That'll probably need to be cleaned properly and repainted. The seats, haven't decided what to do with them yet, but they're not exactly perfect either. The interior just needs a really good valet, and we'll show you more when we get it in the workshop and get up on the lift, and I'll show you exactly what is needed to be done on this car. Personally, I think she's an absolute beauty, and she's worth spending every single penny I have, which isn't a lot, because I do have a lot of other projects, as you've seen in my previous videos. Let's get this baby in the air and see what it needs underneath. Hooray! Up she rises. She's got different sizes. One rises in the morning and the other in the early evening. Sorry, I just have to do a song. When it's in my head, it's coming out, you know.
What will we do with the drunken sailor? What will we do with the drunken sailor? What will we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning? Way hey, and up she rises, way hey, and up she rises, way hey, and up she rises early in the morning.
Okay, looking at the back of the car, she's been undersealed a lot. Bit oily on the drive shaft joint. As you can see here, it's quite oily there. Exhaust. Can you see this exhaust? It's very rusty. In actual fact, that clamp has snapped, you see, snapped off there. Okay, rusty there. Looks like it's had brand new handbrake cables on the rear. These are all new. Okay, brake pipes have been painted, probably to hide rust. Oh, here we go. Look at this. What a bodge. That is going to need a floor repair there, but looks like somebody is hiding a nice big hole. Look at that. You can see the interior. Listen to it. Crusty, 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 crusty. Worse than I thought. Anyway, moving on. Rust on that sill there, big hole there. Look, like somebody's punctured that up. Probably jacking it up wrong. Look, catalytic converter this side looks like it's been in the sea, along with its brother and sister, 2 cats. This side looks solid here. It's had a patch done here. Must be quite a common, but that looks like fiberglass. Not my kind of repair. I like to cut metal out, rotten metal out, and weld new metal in. Moving on up to here, then this looks like somebody's patched in that end cap. Although she's fairly solid, but it is going to need some work, and I'll just grind that all back, clean it all up, get to good metal, and then see what we've got left with. So let's move on to the front now. It's very black under here. I don't know whether that's grease. Yeah, I think that's grease and brake dust. But she looks, to be fair, see the exhaust is blowing. I think we can see where it's blowing now. Look, I reckon that cat is leaking. It looks like somebody's filled it with exhaust paste of some description. So yeah, that's another thing that's got to be done. If we look up here, we seem to have an oil leak. You see that? Is that oil or is that? Smells like power steering fluid. And if we look up here, look at the state of this air conditioning condenser. It's covered in oil. We're going to have to give this a damn good clean, pressure wash. Plenty of degreaser. Find out where it's leaking here. This has been wet. Look at this. This is power steering fluid. See? It's leaking power steering fluid, but I can't. There's a power steering pipe up there. Oh, it's the power steering cooler. I think that's leaking. Right, another thing to add to the parts list. To be fair, she's fairly solid. Yes, she needs welding in places. The tyres are all good, but again, I might actually replace these wheels. Might put some bigger wheels on it and some pretty beefier tyres, because these look like, what make are these? Yeah, I don't know what make they are. Made of Chinesium, I reckon. So, to sum it up really, it's not a bad buy, and I'll tell you what I paid for it at the end of the video. But yeah, we've got to do some work on these sills, so it's going to need this cutting back, grinding back to bare metal, and then that's going to have to be treated properly. I think this car was originally red. That's what my brother pointed out to me a couple of weeks ago when we first picked it up. You see there is red. In other places we've found red paint. But I do like the black. Although, personally I was looking for one in British Racing Green because that's the colour I wanted one in. But black is my colour, so I'm quite happy. It's had a lot of wax oil, which is a good sign. What tyre is this? So she's got 3 out of 4 matching tyres and 1 odd one. But again, this is a Conti, this is a Continental. But this is on the damaged rim. No centre caps, they're all missing. And obviously here, this is going to need attention. We're going to have to cut this out. You can actually get repair panels for these, so we're going to cut this out and weld a whole new repair panel in there. Wax all it inside, treat the inside of the panel to protect it, and then weld it all in place. Do it all properly. It's got to be done properly. It's got to last for the rest of my life. And as you can see here, somebody's jacked it up wrong and it's damaged the sill. So we're going to have to repair that. I've already shown you this, but this is bad. Who on earth has done this? That looks like a metal plate has just been sikaflexed over the top of a massive hole. Look, this is the interior, look. This is the carpet, this bit here. Means I'm going to have to strip the carpet out to weld this, because otherwise we're going to have an inferno. And then we've got that massive hole there, which probably is much bigger once you start. See, the car was originally red. Look on that sill, where they haven't completely painted it properly. They've literally stopped here. Look. So it was originally red. In fact, it probably would have looked nice in red. Well, we've got a chunk out of this tyre here. Look, and that tyre it's perished. There is cracks all the way around that. Yeah, so 4 new tyres, all matching. It's got to have matching tyres. It's a high performance Grand Tourer, so she's going to have decent tyres on it. Michelin, 3 Continentals. Okay, as we mentioned in the first part of the video, we talked about the misfire on cylinder 7 and cylinder 8, and let me show you what the cause was and how I fixed it. Cylinder 8 and cylinder 7 is over this side. I don't know if you've noticed, but this is not a supercharged XK8. I wish it was, but I'm quite happy with it. And if you'll notice that the bonnet, if you look over here, is a supercharged bonnet. See the grills? Now, a common thing with these, and I did some research on this, is that water gets into these grills where the coil pack covers are. If they're not done up or their seals have gone on them, then the water gets underneath them and it goes down into the spark plug wells and fills up with water, and then you get misfires. When we took the covers off, and let's face it, they weren't done up, half the bolts were missing, the seals are not brilliant. When we took the covers off, cylinder 7 and cylinder 8 was full of water and the spark plugs were rusty. So what we did was we took all 8 plugs out, we cleaned up all the spark plug wells, we checked the coil packs, they were fine. Even though I did order a whole new set of 8 coil packs, I've actually sent them back because we didn't need them. We've cleaned it all up, we put a brand new set of iridium uprated spark plugs in it, and let me tell you something, she purrs like a kitten or a big cat. And that's the fix we did for that, and it's now running absolutely lovely. The only thing we do have to do, which we haven't showed, is that we need to get some new bolts for the coil pack covers, because there was only 2 in each cover, and there needs to be, I believe it needs to be, let me think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 4 missing from each cover. And the covers are here. As you can see from this side, you can clearly see the cover. So you've got some missing. So it's not actually sealing, so it's not going to stop the water from getting in. But I quite like the supercharged bonnet, and if anybody out there who have either owned one of these XK8s or XKRs and they know a solution for this without actually having to lose these vents, because I like the look of them, if you've got a solution to stop water from getting through there or stop it from getting in there, because you can't I can't seem to find the rubber gaskets for the valve covers. The only thing I can find is brand new valve covers. Not valve covers, sorry, coil pack covers. So if anybody's got a solution to that, a quick fix, I'll be grateful, because I love the look of the bonnet and I'm not prepared to change it. There must be a solution. So any advice will be grateful. And then going back to things that have still got to be done, the wiper blades are absolutely shagged, both of them. They've got to be changed. And I actually have a new set of wiper blades already. I've already started ordering parts for this car, and those will be in the second video, which will be later on, probably September time, when we actually do more work on this car. We'll actually show you what we're doing. Now, going back to the exhaust system and the fact that it's blowing at the front on the Cat, and the rest of the exhaust looks like it's been parked in the sea for some particular time, I'm actually going to change the exhaust. I'm going to do what they call a stage 2. That means a rear box delete, and there's 2 of those. They're only little tiny ones. And then there's a middle section, which is a crossover pipe. Those will be bypassed as well. So this is going to sound absolutely awesome. But I'm going to experiment with it a bit, because some people say it's too loud, and I don't want it to be too loud. I want it to be just right. Okay, so the XK8, like I said before, I've had loads of Jaguars. I absolutely love them. My brother-in-law has got a Jaguar XF that he's currently doing up. And that'll be nice once that's on the road. Not really that keen on XFs because they don't look like a proper Jag, but I have driven it myself and I quite liked it. If you love Jags, you should love all of them. This is my baby, and I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. Now, the Jaguar XK8 was actually built on the XJS platform, and again, that was a car that I've always wanted and I'll never ever get. They're a lot of money. I like E-types, and I don't have £1 million hanging around to go and buy an E-type. Let's take this on the road and see what she drives like.
Yep.
So, with a Jaguar, not just an XK8, but most Jags, it's quite important that when you're driving, you use one hand for the steering wheel and one hand to hold the headline up, because it's fun. Right, let's take this baby for a spin, see what she can do. When I'm driving in my Jag. I'm trying to think of something that rhymes, but I can't, so. Well, I can, but I'm not saying it for YouTube. Woohoo! You gotta love a Jag. That's what Clarkson says anyway.
You have a Jag.
Loves his Jags. This is a proper Grand Tourer. She's a bit twitchy. She definitely needs some matching tyres. She definitely needs some brakes, so we're going to uprate those. Full custom exhaust system. A little bit of tuning here and there, I think, but she's got a good heart under the bonnet. You got to love a V8. By the way, if any of you people out there have got an old Rover V8 engine that's absolutely knackered, but would love to donate it to us, we don't want it for parts. What we do want it for is we'd like a coffee table for our office, because I do love a Rover V8 and we might as well put one to good use. So if you have one, please comment or contact us through our email address, which we'll add in the description, and we'd love to hear from you. Whilst we're on this road trip, trying out this Jag, give us a like, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our videos. It helps us build our channel. Maybe one day we might actually make some money out of it, and then we can put more money into the channel, and we'll have some fun in the process. There's so many cars out there that I would love to get my hands on and get them running, take them for test drives. So if you've got anything out there that is no longer in use, is abandoned, unloved, whatever, MOT failure, get in touch. We may be able to come to some sort of deal, and then maybe we'll be able to feature your car on our channel. Make it famous. Woohoo! Bloody hell. For a normally aspirated V8, she shifts. And yeah, what's the fuel consumption figure at the minute? No, those are the wipers. Wrong button. 12 miles per gallon. Yeah, we'll have that. As you can see, the wiper blades are absolutely delightful. They clear the screen. My vision is absolutely superior. But then I do get told off from time to time for not actually clearing the screen when I'm driving, when it's raining. I prefer to look out the window like we're on the Starship Enterprise and we're going for a time warp. I do love this car. As you can see, headline and shot. Wood is all cracked. And now I'm thinking with the wood, maybe to... Well, let me tell you the plan, what I'm thinking with this car. So, they did one-off special Grand Tourers like the Aston Martin, a Jaguar, where they added a little bit of colour to the exterior. Kind of like the Bugatti, the last Bugatti Veyron they did a one-off special black and orange Super Sport. I'd like to do something like that with this, so I don't want to go overboard. We'll add a picture of a render that we've had done. You can see what my vision is, but we're going to put some bigger wheels on it, some high performance tyres, a boot spoiler on the back, front splitter, going to add some colour to it to pop, diffuser on the back, kind of like a resto mod really, but I want it to stand out. I've always been the kind of person who likes to stand out. I'm a bit of a rebel. I don't like having the same as everybody else. I want to be able to go down the road and people say, oh, there's Ben. There he goes in his tart machine. And that's what I want.
Three hours later.
It's actually shut. Okay guys, the end of another week, the end of another video on this new car, and I have to say, what a car. Look at this. Oh look, here's something I ordered earlier, and let's face it, we need these. See you in the next video guys, bye for now. Unbelievable. A bird has crapped on my cat. A bird has crapped on a cat. Can you believe it? Disgusting.